Hello, everybody. My name is Daijah Patton. I am a rising junior English and creative writing major with a minor in secondary education. I know that is a mouthful. Yes, I have three majors. I'm here today to talk to you guys about Zoom University and give you some tips for that. So being in a Zoom classroom is obviously very different from being in person. But it's really cool because it's fun to see people coming from different places, different areas. Sometimes people have very different virtual backgrounds, so it's fun. It's really cool. So there are no real Zoom classroom rules. It's more like an etiquette that you get used to depending on your major. So for instance, since I'm an English major, we have a lot of discussion. So usually when we come into Zoom, you can either check that box to connect to audio or you automatically begin to connect to audio. And a lot of time we are having ongoing discussion. So a lot of the time we will keep our microphones on, but if our professor is speaking for a long period of time, we will turn our microphones off. As for putting on your video, that's totally up to your comfortability. Professors do not require a lot of students to put their video on unless they really need to, or you're having like a one-on-one meeting. Otherwise, the video is totally up to you. Now, I know since I'm in a more discussion-based class, if you are in more of a lecture-based class, I know a lot of students tend to just keep their microphones off at most of the time because the professor is constantly lecturing and writing formulas down. So students will just turn their microphones off and turn their video off unless they have a question. So speaking of questions, we do have a chat feature on Zoom, so students can type a question into the chat. There's also a raise hand feature, so if you click the raise hand, the professor will see that come up on their dashboard, so they can click on that and say your name and be like, what's your question, so-and-so, or if you want to ask your professor a question privately, you can hit the private chat feature on Zoom and then send them a message that way. And then what if you need to stay after class for help or anything like that? So a lot of the time students will ask their professors through that private chat feature if they can talk to them after class. So either they'll wait for everyone in that class to leave the Zoom call, or the professor can set up another meeting time either that day or the next day or something like that. But yeah, that's about it for my tips and tricks. I hope that was really helpful for you all. I hope you all have a great day.